I'm getting ready to plane some boards, and I've done videos on this topic before, but I put a barrel in between my planer and my dust collector so I can collect the shavings for two reasons. The shavings clog up my dust collector, and I like to keep them because I use them for mulch around garden plants. I use them for bedding with animals and stuff like that. And so I collect them in this barrel, and I use these big trash bags that are made to fit a 55-gallon barrel. The problem is you put these in here and you put the top on, and when you start the suction, it'll pull the bag up like this, and it stops it up and it quits working. So the video I did before on it, I used this, which is a piece of cardboard, and it goes down in there, and it worked pretty well. It kind of would close in like this, and it would be a small amount, and it fills up, and then you have to take the top off and kind of push it down so you get more and more volume in there, and that's just kind of part of the process. But so I thought I would get something better than this. So here's what I've got. It's some plastic, and here's the label of what this actually is. And so I'm going to give it a try. I think I'm afraid that it might, kind of collapse in on itself, but it might not. So I'm going to try it without doing any kind of modification. And I just cut it about an inch smaller than the top of the barrel. And what will happen is the first time that it fills up and I stop and I push those shavings down, it'll really push this out. So I'm thinking this looks like it's going to work really well. Alright, so I'm going to get started. I'll come back the first time I stop to pack it down. Alright, so I haven't opened this up yet. Let me show you. Let's see what we got here. And I did run it until it filled up. Okay. So we did have this pulled in on the side, which is something I was kind of afraid it might do. But I did get a lot in here, more than what I expected. I really would have liked to have had a plastic that was thicker than this, but I couldn't find anything. So, okay, so you can see I've got maybe a third of the barrel filled up. And once I push it down, I don't know, maybe it's 5 inches or something. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know, now maybe it's 5 inches or something like that. Alright, so let's give it a second run. I was really pretty pleased. I think I was able to plane more than usual. Alright, so I'm going to run it again, and we'll see if having that packed around the bottom keeps this pushed out. It may still, it popped in like this before. Maybe it'll do that again. We'll see. Alright, let's see what we got now. Okay, well I think that's about as good as I can hope for, because it did hold it back. So I got one that, one level that it pulled in, but once I packed it around the edges, it seems to have done a better job. And probably now I've got half a barrel full. Okay, I planed these 5 boards from a rough state to they're 3/4 of an inch thick. Now they were about an inch, so I took about 1/4 of an inch off of each one of them. So here's the results of planing those boards. Now, from the last time I showed you packing it, I did open it 2 more times and pack it down, because once it gets half full, it doesn't take long for it to fill up. But this is it. And so all of that fit in this barrel. Now, I got to get this plastic out of here. And I thought about putting some handholds in here. I just thought, well, I'm just going to try it without modifying it at all and see what happens. So let's see how hard it is to get this thing out of here. that wasn't too terrible. So I've got another bag full of shavings. All right, well, I hope this was helpful to you, or maybe at least interesting in the process. You know, I'd really like to be able to just blow these outside into some type of a container, but to do that, I think I have to go through some type of a dust collector or fan or something like that. So if you got any ideas along those lines, I'd like to hear them. But for right now, this does work for me. It slows me down a little bit. I do like having them contained, but you know, if they were in a big container outside where I could scoop them with my tractor, that would just be great. But anyway, hope this was interesting to you. Thank you for watching.